I think it's an individual decision. Like this happened to me pre-pandemic. Actually, I felt like for me, I'm an actor, and for me, it's my point of being around is to constantly tell new stories, be a part of movies where I play completely a brand new person every time. So for me, I feel like that's my strength also. Um, what today it's my skill that is my strength, and that whichever format gives me the right kind of access to people is the format for me. And I think I as an actor have always been very open minded. Like I remember when I started working down south, of course in Hindi films mainstream actors would do songs in mainstream female leads used to do songs in other people's movies,
Right.
as a special song. But in the south it was considered something that people did once their career was getting over. But I love to dance, and I thought that that's my skill, and I would want to showcase that because that's what I'm good at. So I feel like as an actor, whatever you think is your skill, if you're getting the right platform for it, I don't think anything is big or small today. Good content, like for example, I never thought I'll be watching Korean cinema, but today I have also become a consumer, and I'm not the usual consumer. So I feel like, matlab, if the story is based on human emotions, like for example, Squid Game was something that I watched, I binge watched, and I realized that something which is like a survival drama, I didn't know that kind of a genre existed till I saw Squid Game, and I happened to recently meet one of the actor who plays the Pakistani gentleman in the film. And I asked him, I said, how did you reach there? He's like, no, I went to Korea, I learned their language, I lived there. And it's an interesting journey. मतलब हिंदुस्तानी एक्टर जाके कोरिया में कोरियन सीख के कोरियन बात कर रहा है, और he's a part of a film that is now watched all around the world.
It's cult. Yeah.
It's cult, yeah. So I feel like एक एक्टर के हाथ में वो कहाँ जाना चाहता है. अगर हम चांद पे भी जाना चाहते हैं तो कोई रोक नहीं सकता.
So you're fine with any platform as long as you get to
Instagram
do
भी
what you
platform
want.
हो गया है मैम. सच्ची बताऊँ तो Instagram भी platform हो गया. At the end, today so many of us are, I mean, most of us are on our phones. Like today when we're uploading a reel also, we are judging ourselves कि यार अच्छे दिख रहे हैं, अच्छा कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, अच्छे से बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं.
True.
So today every piece of content is a reflection of who you are. So I don't think as an actor you can leave any opportunity unturned.
Okay, so you had no hesitation for film for OTT because
Not at
Bubbly
all.
was right away for an
The
OTT.
same thing
You
actually.
were all right.
It's the same thing.
And Madhur, did you have even little bit of a hesitation about Bubbly, that why मुझे theater ही चाहिए?
नहीं ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं था. देखिए या डेफिनेटली जब इंसेप्शन हुआ पिक्चर का, तो जब भी पेंडेमिक क्या, तो पी नहीं पता था किसको. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 2018-19 में. तो हम लोग उसको पता नहीं था ऐसा कुछ डिजीज आएगा, पूरे वर्ल्ड को झंझोड़ देगा. वी नेवर थॉट अबाउट इट. तो दैट टाइम ऑब्वियसली इट वाज फॉर फिल्म ओनली. कि मैं बोलूँगा नहीं ओटीटी के लिए गलत होगा, इट वाज फॉर फिल्म ओनली. But then 2 years passed, everything went in pause mode. We were all devastated. The things were happening throughout the world. And when things became normal, we started picking up the threads. उस टाइम पे अगर OTT मुझे बोल रहा है कि we'll give you a good budget and a Hotstar is a huge platform and Jungly Pictures, and they say कि we want you to shoot like a film only, but we want to make this movie specially as a family entertainer. And today when we look back, तो definitely I feel I'm very happy. Validation हुआ है कि people are watching the film, family together they are watching the film Bubbly Bouncer at their home. हर कोई पिक्चर बैठ के देख रहा है. तो मैंने कभी नहीं देखा कि OTT है या ये है. Good content everywhere people watch, and today the line is getting blurred very fast. So people will watch the film. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं था. Yeah, today I know कि a lot of people are telling why Bubbly Bouncer is such a good content didn't come in the theater. But that situation 8-9 months was different completely. We didn't know where it was going. People are thinking single plexes are getting closed, theaters are getting closed, nobody's coming to the theater. See, all this calamity has took place. And not only here, globally, it was hit economic big time. And globally, people are not going to the theater. It's just from last 6 months, we are seeing people have started again, that confidence has come. People have taken double vaccine, booster shot, everything, and things are getting normal. People are taking revenge travel, going abroad, everywhere. So I think it's great. And I'm very happy. Ultimately, the reach of your content reaches to the right person, right people. That is very essential for us today.
Tamanna, the last time we really heard about you was when you did this huge big screen Bahubali. I mean, everybody remembers you in Bahubali. And then next thing we know is that you're doing a Madhur Bhandarkar film. So how different have the two experiences been? This large extravaganza and you have a Bunty
From
Bubbly.
Bahubali to Bubbly Bouncer.
Exactly, from B to B.
So I've been working in the Indian film industry for the past 17 years. I started working when I was 14, and I started with films, with cinema, with what we know as the big screen experience. I think every movie shaped me in a certain way, but I think what I learned the most is to kind of unlearn. So even after I went through a process like Bahubali, which was an extravaganza visually and even as a story, um, every time I took up a new project, I had to unlearn everything I did before. And that's the only way I approach my work today, because if I have to get into working with someone, after working with someone like Rajamouli sir, who works in a certain way, and then working with Madhur sir, um, to be able to fit into their worlds, I need to deconstruct mine. Having said that, these 17 years have given me so much experience, uh, because I worked with all kinds of directors, with people who spoke different languages, whose methods were very, very varied and different. Um, but I think the biggest thing I learned being on a film set is, the one thing that's used the most on a film set is common sense. And I feel like every film is essentially made by that, and that's why there's no education for it. I'm not educated, I'm not a trained actor or a performer. Uh, Nobody can teach you this. It's something that you learn on the go, and you learn every day. I'm still learning. I know the next film I will shoot, I will be learning something new. And I'm actually looking forward to that. That I think an actor is a forever student, because every time you enter a new world, it's about learning something and unlearning something. So yeah, they can be two very varied experiences, but that's the point of it.
Can you tell me one point of difference between Rajamouli's way of working and Madhur's way of working?
There, of course, the film was very visual effects driven. So we would only can about 3 shots a day. We could only do that much because every shot required that kind of prep and that kind of, work. Because also we didn't have any precedent to a film like Bahubali. So we didn't have any reference point. It was literally just, only Rajmouli sir's imagination, and then we had storyboards which we were executing. So the pace was slow, but we were also involved because we just didn't know what we were doing. So we were all very, very engrossed. Madhur sir's film is a lot about kind of finding yourself while performing the character. There it was more technical because it's so visual effects driven. Here it's more about kind of letting those parts of yourself go which you haven't been able to. So for me, this as a process, and that has been that.
Madhur, what do you think about